of the state. And despite the negative feelings many have had about them taking to the streets, they always knew they had some supporters. And as Mpume Mthethwa now reports, one of them was the Archbishop Desmond Tutu.
Angry but united. Initially, it was to fight the imposition of Afrikaans as a medium of instruction, but this youth movement will change the course of South Africa's history. Unprepared but determined to crush the growing uprising, the police opened fire. It was a tragedy that could have been avoided had the authorities heeded warnings by Archbishop Desmond Tutu, who was using his priestly role as a buffer between the unfulfilled youth and the authorities. A month earlier, the activist priest had prophesied the bloodshed in a letter to the then Prime Minister John Vorster, should the authorities not act quickly to dampen the frustration of the youth.
Here's a priest, here's the man of the cassock, who defined himself not on his cassocks, not only in his, pastorly ring or the stick that bishops carry. No. Remember, it was Bishop Tutu and who summoned other priests for the funeral of Hector Peterson that was at, Regina Mundi. It was Bishop Tutu who would say, if we are marching as students of the day, we'll be in the front and tell the police, kill me first. Shoot me. Shoot me, then we'll then get into these kids. Last time I heard of a person like that was Jesus Christ, who had to go to the cross for all of us.
By the time the tear gas and smoke had settled, over 600 lay dead, and thousands more fled the country. Those who remained suffered from the arrest and torture, but this didn't quell the quest for freedom. Instead, it radicalized the youth even more. The likes of Desmond Tutu were concerned, reminding a 80s church conference that the youth are misunderstood, using the slogan "Reparation before education" to illustrate this.
We all don't want uneducated louts who would merely sow chaos and destruction, and therefore we would like our children to be educated for the post-liberation period. But what the students are saying is something that is crucially important about understanding the South African crisis. And what they're saying is, please end this ad hoc approach to the problems of South Africa.
Over the next decade, as a low-intensity civil war raged,
the root cause of all of the problems that we've had here is apartheid.
Tutu's red flag could be seen across the country's hotspot as he tried to ensure the youth, the country's future, do not fall victims of hate and discrimination because of color.
We're in Regina Mundi, and he actually brought Jesse Jackson. I think it was the first visit of Jesse Jackson to South Africa. And the concept of the rainbow nation maybe was developed there because in narrating his motivation, Bishop Tutu then spoke about God having lots of balloons, and you would say, you know how Bishop Tutu speaks, and say there was a black balloon, there was a blue balloon, there was a white balloon, and they went all up, and trying to show that to God the color of the skin does not matter.
Contemporary youth acknowledge the role of people like Desmond Tutu, but believe that the issues are not the same. This young activist, for instance, believes that the struggle of young people change with every generation.
Is this really true? Are we really living in a rainbow nation? Because the rainbow nation implies that we're living in harmony, we're living in a space where everyone has equal opportunity. And that's not the case. The truth of the matter is that access to resources is severely limited, particularly to people of color. So we can't exactly say that we're living in a rainbow nation. Does it mean we're not aspiring? No, we are aspiring to something like that. But right now, it's not where we are.
Having been on the cold face of oppression, especially in the 70s and 80s when the apartheid machinery was crushing resistance,
They're fantastic. And reach for the stars.
Whether supporting the young in their frustration against the imposition of Afrikaans as a medium of education or espousing his notions of the Rainbow Nation, the one constant is his advocacy for the young as the future belongs to them.
The Africa CEO Forum